Welcome to the football show, a roundup for these two of the major marquee tournaments right now on across the Indian footballing circuit. We will talk about Santosh Trophy because there's been a new leash of life, especially for the 32 times winner Bengal. And we have the former India international, Alvito Dekira, with me. Welcome, Alvito, for this wonderful show. It has suddenly changed everything for Bengal. They were champion last time, 2016-17, when Mridul Banerjee was in charge. But this time, the team under Sanjay Sen is drawing a lot of eyeballs.
Yes, it's really good to see them playing the way they are performing in spite of missing some of their key players due to injuries, suspensions. But even in the last game against Services, it was good to see when the coach Sanjay Sen rested a couple of the key players, to keep them fresh for the quarterfinal stage. But the team is really performing well. But then having said so, football is such a game that, you need to all the time be on your toes, and one bad day can spoil the whole thing. So far they have been really playing well, and definitely they're the contenders to win the Santosh Trophy this season.
Now, what is really the strength of the Bengal side? Because people are talking a lot about Bengal. Is it the players or is it the way the coach is approaching each game?
Yes, I think the match reading has been very good from the coach because, I don't see the same players playing all the matches. Normally what happens is when a team is playing with one squad, so that continues for all the matches. But what I see from Sanjay Sen is that he's trying to change the players based on the opponent's strategy. And that is what I think makes this team a very strong side, because I've seen matches where Supriyo Pandit starts, or maybe sometimes he's been replaced by Abu Sufyan. So it all depends on the tactics, and this is why I rate Sanjay Sen as one of the best coaches.
Well, Sanjay Sen has worked with the India junior side under Colin Toll, and he has got a world of experience. He has won the I-League for the Mohun Bagan as well. So, what comes most important is the Australian way of rotating players, which he has done perfectly, isn't it?
Yes, of course, and this is what we have been seeing him not only with this year's Santosh Trophy team, but he has done the same with United Sports. Maybe at one point of time they were known as Prag United. He has done the same with Mohun Bagan, and to me that's the reason why I rate him one of the highly recommended Indian coach. It's not just because he's performing well this season in the Santosh Trophy, but this is what really makes him important. This is what makes him a special person. And I think that was the right choice from the Indian Football Association, the West Bengal Football Association, to appoint Sanjay Sen when he had no job this season with any of the clubs. And I think to give him the opportunity to be appointed as the coach, wherein he could go scout players, watch all the teams playing in the Kolkata Premier League, and I think he has done an excellent job.
Now again, here comes very, very important question of, game management as well as player management. And talking about the player management in the Indian circuit, if you name, or rather if you ask me to name one of the best, would be all-time great PK Banerjee. And next is Subhash Bhomik, who has done so very well. And you worked with Subhash Bhomik, under Subhash Bhomik. So would you say that Sanjay Sen is almost on the same boat?
Of course, I think that's very important. As you rightly said, I remember PK Banerjee doing the same, although I have not played under him. There was only one time that I could play with him when he was appointed as the TD for the pre-Olympic Games, which was held in Thailand. But then, yes, I could see something in him. And later on, I got a big opportunity, and I think that was the turning factor in my football career when I joined East Bengal, when I played under Subhash Bhomik. These are the things what really matters. On the field, they are of one kind of a person, and off the field they are a different character, and this is what exactly I feel Sanjay Sen has these qualities in him, and that is why he's been recommended as one of the best coaches. I hear from a lot of players that off the training he's like a friendly figure to them, he's like a father figure to them, and that's very important. And I think overall the gelling has been so good between the players and the coaches, and that's the reason why they've been performing and getting the good results.
In between, Bengal had some big names as coaches like Biswajit Bhattacharya or even Ranjan Chaudhary, one who's been tested has worked well with the junior boys. But again, would you say that championship trait, the DNA in the man, it really helps? And is it really helping Sanjay Sen because he knows how to win games?
Yes, so far he knows how to win games. So far the team is doing well. Whoever has been brought in as a substitute, they are doing their job excellently. But then this tournament is still a long way to go. Anything, one day, a bad day could spoil the whole party for the team. But then they are one of the contenders this season. I've said it the other day while I was doing the commentary for the Bengal-Rajasthan match, and I'm going to still say the same. But then now the teams are going to come prepared for Bengal. Now the teams are going to know how strong Bengal is. So they will have to have plan A, plan B, plan C as well. I mean, I'm talking about Sanjay Sen and his lads. Because when the opponents know this is one of the strongest side in this competition, how to tackle them, in which departments you need to tackle them, that's going to be very important. And I think obviously Sanjay Sen, as one of the renowned coaches, one of the mastermind coaches, he will definitely have the plan A, plan B and plan C.
Now, as far as I know Sanjay Sen, he always remains grounded. He always never takes his foot off the ground, number one, and he approaches each game on a day per day basis, which is very, very realistic, I would say that way. Come the New Year Eve, 31st of December is the final for the Santosh Trophy. Could you see that the 33rd title is brewing for Bengal?
We all want this. We want the trophy to come to West Bengal because the last time, as you said, they have won this championship in 2016-17. Bengal at one point in time was the mecca of Indian football, and still it is the mecca of Indian football. We used to have some of the quality players. The cream of football everything was here in Kolkata. But then off late, we could not see that happening for different reasons. But then this season, they are definitely the contenders, and we want them to make it 33 times the title winners. But then for that, they need to still cross 2 more hurdles to reach the finals. And then the finals is again going to be a clash of both the teams.
As you mentioned that Bengal has a couple of hurdles to cross over, but still never write off teams like Manipur or even the services who have won it 7 times, and recently they've been very successful. Kerala have already made it. So how do you expect Manipur to do well? Because the women have won the Rajmata Jijabhai Trophy for the national championship for the women.
See, you can never write off teams like Manipur, teams like Meghalaya, or even Kerala or services. Even though last year Kerala, they could not make it to the knockout stage. Kerala services and Goa has reached the finals, but then Manipur, they have always been a hard crack, I could say, because they produce a lot of players, and this season especially, since there are no teams from Manipur playing in the I-League, so they have a big opportunity wherein they could take players from Trau, Neruka, who could represent the Santosh Trophy, and after that they can join their clubs, So that could also make them a strong team, even though, they might have lost to one match to I think they drew against, in fact, Bengal, and that I can say these 2 teams are definitely going to be the contenders alongside with Kerala, Meghalaya, services. So it's going to be really a difficult match for when the quarterfinal stages are going to start.
You rightly mentioned that Bengal only got stuck against Manipur on a goalless draw. But again, Bengal maintained 4 clean sheets, which is very, very important in the final run-up to the quarterfinal.
Yeah, so this in fact speaks a lot about the defense as well as the goalkeeper and the midfield, because football is not only about seeing one department, but it's also about seeing how the midfield has been controlled. Midfielders are the ones who we call it as the backbone of the team. A very good tactical change by once again the coach Sanjay Sen, bringing in Chaku Mandi from the stopper back position to the midfield, and I think that is a masterstroke from him.
And Bengal in the run have just conceded a single goal. Now, talking about Kerala, they have also so much of talent. Would you expect that Kerala would, bring something out of the hat?
Of course, and I think there are few players from the East Bengal reserve side also who have been playing in the Kerala team, and that makes them a strong team. They won the first match with a lot of difficulties, being down by 3 goals to 1, and then suddenly, winning the match by 4 goals to 3. I think that was a very good performance. And sometimes, as it is said, all that starts well ends well. So Kerala, they have started the campaign very good. Maybe last 2 seasons back, they've won the championship when they beat Bengal in the finals. But this year, again, if they don't clash with each other in the semi-finals, they could be one of the contenders. But let's never write off teams like Manipur, Services or Meghalaya. Believe me, they are going to really come strong in the knockout stages.
All the eyeballs are on the Santosh Trophy, the quarterfinal or the final knockout round, and it is really going down to the wire with a lot of excitement. Do stay tuned. Every Santosh Trophy match is being streamed live on the SSEN app.